Alright, so the ads, it's telling me that it has another 2 minutes to go after it just finished. I'm very confused. Don't know what it's doing, so we're just gonna go ahead. It has been a technical difficulties morning. So let's see. I'm not gonna be complete. Oh, hey, my model does work. Ish. So the model, how do I say? Yeah, you're supposed to be. Yes. Hold on, I need to move. There we go. So the model's going to be a little off today. I was trying to fix something, and in fixing something, I broke it further. Yay. But, we're still going to try to do this. And I also switched to a different Danganronpa playlist, because that one, we legitimately were like the third through already. And Stardew is a really pissy game to click out of. So, let's go. Let's see here. Happy Mother's Day to everybody that supports it, by the way. My cats got me a Mother's Day gift. It's called waking me up at 2 a.m. to scream for food. I don't want their gifts anymore. Alright. Now let's see if we have another technical issue. Nope, controller looks like it's gonna come on. And mixing. How's the mixing? Am I loud, quiet? Everything got kind of messed up, so let's see here. I forgot to come off here, then whatever. We were doing things when we last left off here. Stuffing things. So let's sell some stuff. You know, when it said it was the best of, I thought it would be a bit more random and not just going down the entire thing. Fresh lobster. Okay. Probably not gonna do that, I'll be honest. I am a little scattered. As I said, I've been trying to fix some of the model rigging for like 40 minutes now. And I was a little bit late to stream because of it. And I'm just, in general, a little frazzled. So we're gonna have fun with Stardew. And, you know, just gonna be one of those days. I am working on some behind the scenes stream updates though. So that should be exciting soon. In case something breaks again, I don't want to go into too much detail, maybe. One of the things is I did get face tracking, Face ID. So I'm hoping, if things work out okay, to start using that instead of my, and I quote, 3 megapixel webcam. Actually, no, it's not 3, it's 2.1. 2.1 megapixel webcam, which is what I'm using right now and what I've been using, but it's kind of sad, and I'm getting made fun of by my friends for it. So yeah. Turn that down a little bit for me, at least. So, I'm looking forward to trying that out for sure. I do have some channel redeem stuff that I'm looking at switching out. I know our cat things have been very popular, so I mentioned it, I think yesterday's stream. It was a stream recently that I might be setting up a camera for the cats. Assuming I can get the Face ID to work, that's actually something we will get to set up sooner than later now. So I'm excited about that. We look like we're doing pretty good on frames today, at least. So that should be a fun thing. Okay, it really is starting to feel like they're just going down the soundtrack list. Oh well. This is so nostalgic listening to this, so... To be fair, I didn't technically put chill in the title today. I usually do for Stardew, because it's, yeah. But I did not today, actually. It wasn't really on purpose, but I guess that works with us playing Danganronpa. But the music seems... Yeah, that's what I was asking about. There we go. Should be better now. Yeah, should be better now. Yeah, that's why I was asking, because a lot of my settings got kind of borked. So thank you. It's like I'm starting to learn how to read OBS for, like, I need to be in the yellow and the music needs to be certain areas, but it's still kind of hard for me to hear it because I don't hear myself, thankfully. And my feed actually is completely independent of you guys. So yeah, what I hear is different than what you hear. And I could enable it, but I really don't want to hear my voice if I don't have to. I'll be honest. But yeah, I didn't put chill on, mainly because I forgot. But I guess it works with the Danganronpa music. Danganronpa's not typically that chill, so... And I would like to play this on stream, I think, eventually. It will be a bit, though, because, as I've said, for our VNs coming up, we're going to be doing Somnium till Somnium 2, and then after Somnium 2, I'm going to figure out a way to jerry-rig the PlayStation into being friendly. The music might be too quiet now. Okay. There we go. That should be better. But yeah, I should be able to figure out a way to jerry-rig it, I think. For, Zero Escape. And go through the whole Zero Escape series. And that will be my first playthrough of that, so that will be very strange. Last time I tried it, I was on 999, and I couldn't get out of the first room. Like, couldn't even get to the first save. So I am sure it's gonna go great. I have no clue which way I go with that. Oh man, I think I have a cat hair in my eye. But that's kind of what's coming up. So if I do any VN stuff or like even trying to think about Danganronpa, it will be months and months down at this point, I think. Just by nature of how things are working. Oh, starfruit. I think I eat that? Or sell it? I don't know. F1. Crop, harvest... Oh. I'm sorry. You misunderstood what I was looking at. This. Junimo. Wait, I can make Junimo stuff? I want the Junimos to come back. Can confirm, day 2 tapioca, not as good as day 1 tapioca. Kind of, yeah. But I can eat the starfruit too, can I? Yes, because doesn't that... Oh no, that just did that. Well, you know, live and learn, right? Okay. I thought it did something fancy. It does not do something fancy. I have learned my lesson. Figuring out where it's throwing stuff can take a second. Oh, okay, I guess it just didn't do anything yet. Yeah, let's know. I'm gonna save some bok choy and some eggplant. And after this, what do we want to do today? Oh, I can put the wheat flour in my fridge, and I think I can make some stuff now. Well, I say my fridge. One of my, 6 fridges, that is. Who only has one fridge in their house, am I right? Oh no, the Void is on the prowl. Although he was the good boy last night, to be fair. Okay. What have I not made before? Calamari? Fried calamari sounds good, actually. So this song is probably supposed to be like refreshing and cute, and I'm just having horror feels right now. So please enjoy that. That I am like super unnerved right now. Ooh, spaghetti. I wonder if my tea's cold enough yet. We're trying to make stuff. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Maple bars aren't bad. No, no, no. Now it's time for our fun game of don't, Hey, Chico. How's it going? I'm getting traumatized by the music I myself chose. It's gonna be a long stream. Also, yes, my model is off today. I'm not gonna talk about it. Oh, I want to check it out later on. After I finish stream, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'll need something very soothing to help me through the shooting process I'm about to put on myself. Because today's gonna be stream maintenance day, and I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna need a lot of mental fortitude. I'm sorry for the slurping sounds, but my very nice husband, that was the word I was looking for, got me boba yesterday, and it's the first boba I've had since I moved almost a year ago. I gotta relish it. It is so good. It is probably more calories than I'm supposed to eat in a day, or drink in a day. Eat boba. But man, was the boba good. Maybe? I don't know. He's in the chat. You'd have to ask him. I will say he is definitely being very supportive right now between I'm going to have the really nice face tracking from the iPhone instead of my 2 megapixel camera once I get it to work. And I got boba. So there's that. What is the strange? I have to put heads. I see. What is a strange capsule? Yeah, that's him. Strange cap. Yeah, strange capsule, Stardew Valley. What this? I know, Krishna's #1 fan was in chat a bit ago. I'm really surprised she didn't redeem the, Krishna poke, actually. Especially since he's in here. Oh no, not another remix of... Hold on, I have to see... Oh no. It's gonna do all the beautiful days. It's grouped by themes. If you're still in here, Nye, it's about to play 6 different renditions of Beautiful Days, basically. I regret clicking on this playlist now. So... this music... however, the magnitude of suppose we should probably... Give me 1 second, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Ew. Okay, so apparently I'm just supposed to put the strange capsule down. That's what... Shit. I just borked the game. Hold on. Good news, I think I figured out how this game works. But bad news. I just borked it. Okay, so it says I need to just put that thing down and I'm gonna have strange, fleshy mass growing. Hey. Yeah, I do agree you. I'm actually just gonna end the day. I know it's kind of a waste, but I want my keyboard back. Or my mouse back. Actually, neither of those back. I want the controller back. I don't know what I'm saying. It's been a morning. That's a wall. This is why I don't play keyboard mouse, by the way. I'm very bad at it. And I need to quit the game real quick. I just wanted to see what that thing was. I meant to see yesterday or last week, but I kept forgetting. Particularly because this game does exactly what I did there, and I sense controller break. No, I'm not gonna change the music. I like my Danganronpa music. I'm just crying. Yes, I am part of controller gang. I also almost just launched 14 out of habit. Also, Krish says hi. Koku. No keyboard mouse. Wait, is it trying to do the winking? Ah, I got it kind of up. My model's gonna be so bored today. I apologize, guys. It's having a thing. There was an incident. There was a big incident before stream. Kala did a dumb. Kala did a really big dumb. And so, yeah. All of her settings got wiped. And then it just wouldn't work. So, yeah. Yay! Plus side, it does look like it flushed out those stuff I was wanting to get rid of. Good. This is B3's beautiful day. This one's actually really distinctive. Fruit salad. Okay. Yep. Big controller gang. Honestly, I know people say it to me, but I don't understand how people play 14 with mouse and keyboard. Like, how do you move? And hit stuff. That's too big brain for me. Yeah, like, I have baby hands. That doesn't work. Switch further game, but oh, thanks. I think that people like me more now that I fixed up the community center. Oh, I forgot to put the animals up last night. Oops. We gotta pet all the animals. Pet. I'm wondering what we're gonna do with Stardew coming up. Like, I think I want to get to year 3 to do the proper, like, finish thingy. But I don't know if I'm gonna go for 100% or, like, go past the year 3. Because I know year 3 is when it's supposed to, like, formally end, quote unquote. I might switch to another game after that. I have some ideas. I would really like to learn how to play Story of Seasons. I have Mineral Town and never... hello ma'am, you're very lost. Never got very far in it because I don't know what I'm doing. So that's one I wouldn't mind trying out. Also wouldn't mind doing, like, maybe just one day of Game Dev Tycoon. Game Dev Tycoon's fun. Let me try tea. Ooh! We got the tea! Also, I'm gonna risk fate here. Hold on. Oops, I just hit something. It is definitely a derpy day. I apologize, guys. Alright. Welcome back. Oh, you missed the 3 renditions of Beautiful Day back to back. Shit, I just did it again. Yeah, I understand that. So this playlist, because you'll enjoy this, is organized by theme. So all the theme music for Danganronpa is being played grouped together. Except you know how much some of them change game to game. Okay. Also, I just broke the game again. I'm just gonna quit it. I should be done with what was causing the problems. That was a dumb move on my part. I'm gonna cop. Yeah, there should be 4 New World Orders coming up soon. Well, no, they don't have Ultra Despair Girls in here for some reason, which I'm really sad about. Because that title music's one of the best tracks in the series, I feel. Go get coffee, Chico. I've already had 2 cups of coffee and now I'm on Earl Grey. Yeah, 3 world orders, exactly. I don't know why Steam is taking forever to launch. I'm getting really tired of it, though. Like, Steam takes a good 30 seconds to load for whatever reason. And so when Stardew glitches, this is the bad thing. Oh, another game I could look at is actually Planet Zoo. Or Zoo Tycoon, for that matter. I actually can't see what song's coming on next either because I need OBS on one monitor and Stream Elements, or not Stream Elements, Stream Manager on another, along with the game in the center monitor. So I get to find out when we're getting the next song with you guys. This is a repeat, just give me 1 second. This way we don't have to worry about the controller. Like, I don't just force the day again. I should be done clicking through for a little bit. Like how it thinks I'm angry. Angie. Pet the kitty, though. Kitty, not Angie. Debating... Actually, no, I'm not. I was gonna say I'm debating what RPG I want to swap out, but no, I'm not. The whole reason I'm swapping RPGs is because of Xenoblade, so yeah. I think for sure Xenoblade 2 is gonna pop back in. We're gonna come back to Okami. But them moving the release date up really did kind of bork what I was wanting to do stream-wise. And I want to stream Xenoblade 3 at launch, just because I personally don't think I have the self-control to not play it at launch. And I'm getting it digital because I'm not actually really impressed with the hard copy, what I've seen so far. I'm not somebody who wants a hard copy if I don't like the hard copy. I actually prefer digital copies for the most part. So yeah, we may be, or I want to play that kind of release day, because I will have the self-control of a 5-year-old. As well as Somnium 2 is another one. I am getting Somnium 2 hard copy though, because Somnium 2 has a really good collector's edition, I think. It has an Aiba figurine, and I want the Aiba figurine, so I can put the Aiba figurine in my like collection back here. And the Aiba figurine, if it's what I think it is, from that company, is the figurine basically cost, or with the game, it basically costs as much as the figurine would by herself, so yeah. Figurines are expensive. But that's what we'll be doing. For 14, I don't know what we're gonna be doing the next couple days though. We've got options. It's kind of scary. And then for Sims, that's what I was saying. I'm thinking about changing it up a little bit here. I actually don't know this one right now. Okay, there's gonna be a new challenge here, and it's gonna be me not clicking over to see what the song is if I don't immediately recognize it. Oh, never mind. I know what this is now. I don't know how everybody else is. Yeah. It's DR2, that's why I wasn't as familiar. I don't know how everybody else is with game music, but I am a person who, like, I can't always tell you the song name, but I can usually tell you, like, where it plays or what game it's from pretty reliably. And that's one of the reasons I like switching games up during Stardew is I really get bored of Stardew's music very quickly. I know there's some mods for it, but it's actually just kind of fun to listen to the like various games and be like, where was that? What was that? Nice nostalgia and stuffs. I'll say of the Danganronpas, I have the unpopular opinion. This is my least favorite. And I still recommend the whole series. Like, this is not a bad one. DR2 is not a bad game. It's just, especially of the three main lines, it's definitely my least favorite. But that is not a very popular opinion in the community, I will say. So don't go like, yeah, this Kaladi said. No, please don't send them after me. I know I am a minority in this. I'm a minority in a lot of stuff like that, actually. I have a lot of very unpopular video game opinions. I have all the hot takes right here. I think my spiciest might be that yeah, I know you agree on it, but I think me and you are the only two I've ever heard that do. Like, DR2 is not a bad game. It's not. It's objectively not. But it's definitely not my favorite in the series by a long stretch. I'm, like, rethinking it. I need to see 2-4 again. I don't like the spatial stuff. I think my least hot take with DR is that 2-3 is the worst case in the game, or series, though. I almost put 2-3 worse than Ultra Despair Girls 3 in some ways. I hate 2-3. There was a funny thing about a month and a half ago, I remember, where somebody did get really mad at me in stream for I'm sorry. I said, honestly, I probably need to go through 2-4 again. Like, I will admit, the thing I hate with 2-4 is the spatial manipulation, and that's just I don't like spatial manipulations like that. But the fight itself, or the trial itself's probably fine, honestly, in hindsight. I just hated navigating it. I said, my least hot take in the series, though, is probably that 2-3 needs to burn in a fire. There is, like, nothing good about that case. And in some ways, I would rather, me personally, go through Ultra Despair Girls 3. Or, yeah, Ultra Despair Girls 3 than I would 2-3 again, I think. Because at least Ultra Despair Girls 3, it's like 5 minutes of terrible, and it's really terrible. It is the low point of the series, but it's 5 minutes of terrible. 2-3 never ends. The entire time you start the chapter to end, it's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. 2-3 is very easy trial to hate. I know there's a lot of wars for what the best is. And most of the contenders, like things people say, I can get on board with some degree. But 2-3. 2-3 is terrible. I think I have a favorite, and I have one I think is objectively the best composition. I think 2-5 is probably the objective best composition. I would need to replay it though, but V3-1 is probably still my personal favorite trial. V3-1 just does not screw around. V3-1 actually got better when I was rewatching, or when I was watching Crystal go through it. Crystal, I don't actually know how she says her name properly. But watching her go through it made me actually like V3-1 more. Because going through the prologue and stuff again, when you know what's going on, it's a thing. But that's the entire opening for V3, I'll be honest. I think if I was to stream a Danganronpa, I might actually skip DR1 because DR1 has been giving people grief streaming, which is the stupidest thing. It's not even Spike from what I've heard either. Like, the 15 minutes I played it on stream, I actually got a copyright claim on my YouTube video, and it's not like the one that stopped ads, it just wouldn't let the video go through. And it's apparently because of the DR1 anime, is what I've heard, that the anime holder keeps claiming copyright even if you're streaming from the game, which is not the same thing. But because the anime so closely mimics, it actually just carries it over. So, it's apparently not a problem with any other game. So I do think if I was to play it on stream, I would just skip that one. I promise I have played DR1, don't worry guys. Let's go laugh at Joja. Can I throw something at him? That's right, I beat you up. We get like 5 of these tracks actually. Yeah. Time to go write a dissertation on music and emotion. What does a track invoke memory and emotion-wise? I don't know. We might. I'm hoping not. The playlist is best of DR music. I hope that's not considered a best of, and I will skip it. I will actually switch over and risk the game crashing to switch it, because I refuse to endure that. Honestly, if DR doesn't get copyright, like, slammed, I might actually play DR off Spotify in the future where I have a bit more control over it. But I don't know if it will or won't. We'll find out. Oh, I know where I should have went. Oh well. I know there's like 5 Monokuma themes, so I remember seeing that when I glanced at it real quick. Which that's right, because there's 1 for DR1, 2 for DR2, and then 2 for V3. Oh look, we have someone's ribs. Cool. Not this one, but the next one, the DR2 one, I actually really like. The one that's like Mr. Monokuma's after school class or something like that. I really like that one, and then the Monokubs have a really good theme. It's painful to say that because it's the Monokubs, but they do objectively have a good theme. I needed lobster for something. Yeah, this one. Boy, the tracking is terrible. Has no weight to it. Where's the trash thing up here? This one's fun, I feel like. Like, I'm not gonna say it's the strongest composed track in the series, but it's fun. Can I do anything with that? No. Actually, no, I'll just go in tomorrow. There's no reason to go in today. Is it gonna rain? Of course it's not gonna rain. It never rains when I want it to rain. I don't think I've ever heard this song go on this long before. I'm actually checking it real quick while we're at the day change. No, that's Somnium, don't play that. I have too many tabs open. Yeah, this is Mrs. Monami's practice lesson. I'm checking for that song now. To anyone who has never played Danganronpa, there is one song that is really, really annoying. And it's intended. They closed this playlist now with Claire de Lune. Oh, they do have some Ultra Despair Girls in here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's the pink monochrome. That is mean, closing this with her to live. There is one song I will have to skip in a bit, but no, it actually doesn't look like they put the stupid thing in here. Okay, sorry. That actually was important to know, because that song freaking hurts my ears, and I am not okay with it. Alright. Okay, let me get back here. That's working, that's working, that's working. Okay. I think they do have execution themes on here, actually. No, they don't. Okay, that's nice. They have trial, but they don't have execution themes. Here, I will post the link in chat for anyone that wants to look. Because this is the playlist I'm using. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend like 20 minutes going over here and just looking at the playlist. And I shouldn't do that. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Okay, let's get back up. Got a new tea to try too. That's what I'll be doing in just a second here. Anything interesting? It's blackberry. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying a Yorkshire tea for the first time. Good humor today. Okay, well, that's something. This is another one of those songs that are actually pretty good. It's called Learn to Count Danganronpa Style.
Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
If only it didn't play during some of the most obnoxious scenes in the series. Also, I apologize for anyone who is not interested in Danganronpa. It is actually one of my favorite series. It has problems. It has problems, but it is one of my favorite series, and the music is very nostalgic for me. So, listening to it, it's like, oh. And Stardew, like, we're just kind of doing. Oh yeah, they have to have the Scrum. I didn't even check, but they have to have Scrum. But yeah, it is very entertaining to check out. Hey, I think our cactuses are ready.
You're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
I honestly wish this playlist wasn't organized, like, by type. I know this is probably an unpopular opinion here, or like with the playlist things, but I wish it was more of a shuffle mode.
Is all that remains of a once powerful nation. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
Yeah, especially the longer it goes on. Like, DR1 is probably the weakest, and DR2 is stronger. Ultra Despair Girls has a few really good tracks, and then V3 is... There's a reason V3 has, like, 40 gigs of sound files.
Is all that remains of a once powerful nation. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
Never forget, V3 is like 60 gigs because 55 of it is sound files. They don't know what compression is in that game. I think it's 40. I think it's like 38 actually, but still. Also, outside of a few tracks, it's a really cozy music. Especially if you don't know context. What can I do with cactuses? I can make stuff. I can make stuff. Got it. You remember the Vita launch disaster, right? That is still one of the stupidest things I think I have heard. I've heard quite a few stupid things in games, but so help me. We're gonna make everything sound like a tin can so it fits on a Vita, and then offer you a 60 gig free DLC download for the actual things. Oh, I'm full. Compression? What's that? Wait, why is flour there? That shouldn't be there. I do want to get one strawberry in. Put 2 blueberries in. Put a corn in. Put that in. Put that in. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. To be fair, it's also a very... Actually, one game I should maybe try to play on stream sooner than later might be Deltarune. Reminder that DR1 and DR2 are like 2 gigs. 2 gigs. But Deltarune is actually a game I might want to look into thinking about it. Because I still haven't really played Deltarune, and that might be fun. Have to be careful with stream, but... Uh-oh, okay. We'll do that at the end of today. Salmon dinner. Let's put a few more in there. Okay, so yeah, we can do stuff here. Is it still Undertale system, battle system? Because I feel like I thought it was more like turn-based, what is it? Turn-based ATE, or ATB. But I've also heard it's actually very similar to Undertale, like the original Undertale, and if it is, I refuse to play that modded. Much more interesting. Okay, good. I will not play Undertale unmodded. I cannot do the bullet hell. I know my limitations with frustration, and Undertale will be, like, win. Might need to buy a new fridge soon. I mean, you know, I could go through things and not be a pack rat, but I pack rat. Why would you not be a pack rat? That sounds silly. Do I have any strawberries in there? Get rid of these guys. That's 2 slots. I don't have a strawberry in there. Alrighty. Oh crap, there was a berry. I'm sorry, I meant to get the berry. It's definitely a really good... I say it like every stream, but I'm still... It feels like every game that I'm interested in is getting a release within the next year, year and a half. Or has been recently released. It's like... I don't know if I have the time or money to play all this. I'd like to correct. I don't know if I want you to correct yourself. Give me. I bring lobster. I think it's F. Yeah. Oh, I was supposed to give him a starfruit. Well, I'll give him a starfruit when I feel like giving him a starfruit. Still has the heart square defense. So it still has the bullet hell in it? That's the only part I really cared about. But the reason is... one boss is... Okay. Yeah, as long as it's not too bullet helly. I remember I got to Muffin. You said boss. Okay. Yeah. I remember I got to Muffin and just about threw the controller. And Muffin isn't even a hard boss in Undertale. Like, objectively, I know that. I'm just really bad at bullet hell. Oh, right. I forgot. I'm supposed to be helping Willy. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Hi, it took me half the stream to remember what I was doing here last. I think the game I'm still most surprised about is the Valkyrie game. The Valkyrie game looks so good. From the little... Like, we haven't seen much, granted, but the fact that they're even doing something that isn't a gacha, I'm really excited about. Hello, little crab. 5 battery packs. 5 iridium. 200 pieces of hardwood. Okay. The hardwood we can definitely be working on. I think the rest of it I just about have, actually. But yeah, the Valkyrie game is going to be another, like, I'm having kind of too many games that I'm wanting to day one. Usually I like to wait, and there are some that, like, I'm not going to day one. But it definitely feels like there's a lot this year. I still have a backlog too. I mean, that's never really stopping, but still. Yeah. I mean, yeah, late is a good descriptor. I was gonna say Somnium, but Somnium is a different genre. Because Somnium's in about a month. But yeah. I'm trying to remember if Xenoblade starts out. Like, there's rumors that 16 is gonna be releasing in, like, October right now. And if FF16 does release in October, that's gonna be something. Because an interview came out a few days ago? Forget when. It was very recently where Yoshida basically said, they're just beta testing now. The game's basically done at this point. And from my understanding, it's been in beta testing for more than a few days. Like, they're doing very extensive beta testing on it. So, if that is true, and, like, I'm expecting... See, I think the reason I'm having trouble saying holiday is because they said the new Valkyrie profile was going to be late 2022. And it wouldn't make sense... Oh boy, this thing. It wouldn't make sense for Square Enix to compete anything against 16. But then that scares me that it's going to be coming out very close to Xenoblade 3, in which case... Oh, that's going to be a mashup. Like, FF16 will win. There's no doubt. It's a bigger franchise, but... Yeah. That's like too much too close. I think the same thing happened around SMT5. I'm trying to remember what came out around SMT5, but something came out with SMT5 too. And it was just like, okay, these games are overlapping too much. Like the target demographics. But they were competing companies. I don't think... Yeah, I'm hoping not. For me personally, I will do Xenoblade before I do FF16. But that's... I don't want Xenoblade to tank because of that. We finally got Monolith, like, under control. It's taking 30 IPOs and trying to tell the same story 80 times, but Nintendo finally has a good leash on them. I really want Nintendo to, like... Yeah. I'm already sus with them moving the release date up for Xenoblade, though. Who owns the Baten Kaitos? Is Namco, isn't it? That was under their time with Namco? Because Namco is being suspiciously friendly to Nintendo and Monolith. So that honestly might not be off the table. Yeah. Namco's a better shot than Square Enix, I feel. Square Enix just has a death grip on Xenogears and doesn't seem like they want to do anything with it. Namco, at least, did let them put Cosmos and basically Shion in Xenoblade 2, and Telos. So, like... Yeah. My understanding is that actually isn't completely off the table as much as many others. Honestly, if they let they let Monolith stop working on all the major first-party games quietly, they probably can do something, because I wouldn't be surprised if Monolith is on Breath of the Wild 2 as well. It would not surprise me in the least, given that they were on the first game. Yeah, I've heard they sold them off for NFTs, and I'm gonna be rolling the floor if that is true. I think it's because Crystal Dynamics, honestly, has kind of been underperforming, in my opinion. personally. Like, they haven't been producing decent games in a bit. But I've, you know, if they did truly sell it off for NFTs, that's such a terrible play that I kind of just want to laugh. You know, but Square Enix knows best. Uh-huh. Oh wow, the Fluffies are so happy right now. It disturbs me. I want to poke them. I will do that in a minute here, I think. We'll get some free pokes in. Yeah, but didn't, what's it called? The thing after Avengers, it was another Marvel IPO. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I don't even remember because I don't watch Marvel. Yeah, that was it. Guardians of the Galaxy. Didn't that one do pretty bad too? I heard it actually wasn't as bad of a game as it was made to sound, but I don't know. So, real quick, I am going to take a quick bathroom stretch break. Stretch. Ah, okay. I heard it was getting panned for some reason. I don't know why. Like, the person I heard who had played it said it was great, but I had heard it was getting panned for some reason. The person I heard that from, I will say, I feel like is a bit of a Square Enix. Okay, that was probably it. That was probably it then. Um, yeah. Person I heard it from was kind of a Square Enix fanboy, so I kind of take things cautiously hearing from them. But let me get up. I'm gonna stretch. Twitch is starting to scream about ads, so we're gonna give them their ads so they leave us alone. And I'm gonna poke a cat. So I will be back in 1 minute. Alrighty, we look back, I think. I think it actually only did a 3-minute ad this time. Good job, Twitch. You don't run 30 minutes of ads when I said 3. Okay. Finish setting up here. Where are we at in this playlist? We're at 113. Can I jump? I'm jumping the playlist a bit. That's what that song was. Anyways, box 16. I love this song. That guitar, whoosh. I think it's a guitar. I think it's electric guitar. I'm really bad at instruments, to be honest. Give me one more second here. Oh, something I actually haven't talked about on stream too much. I did have a interview for my PhD program. I finally heard back from them, and I interviewed. That's about the extent of the update. I'm sorry. I don't even know how I did on the interview. It's not something I can be like, oh yeah, I think I nailed it, because I think I nailed it in parts, and I think I did not too good in some parts. So it's a thing. But the ideal is by the end of this upcoming week, I should hopefully know if I got in or not. Oh, they Anki today. Okay. I want to do like an air guitar to this, but I won't. 1 week, we are holding the Stardew Valley. Ah, okay, okay. Why is it empty now? That's creepy. Sorry. I like karaoke hour, except I recognize I'm not very good at it. I'm apparently not doing too much of it yet, because whenever I do start karaokeing more, my cat, the Chaos Gremlin, attacks me, and that kind of is bad. He gets very angry because only he is allowed to sing, not me. Very rude. He's very rude, kitty. Grumpy old man. So speaking of terrible ports, yeah, I was talking about the Chrono Cross remaster bit in chat on break. So, apparently it's okay for casual play. Game itself's kind of borky. But moving beyond that, because the hope is that, with that, the Chrono Cross, or Chrono Trigger, on Steam, actually had a really rough start too, and they did actually patch it to make it a really good version of the game. Like, if I play Chrono Trigger, I'm actually gonna play it off the PC version, most likely. It's a really good... I would prefer them do that than have a... Well, would I? Yeah, I think I would prefer them to actually port that version than do like a pixel perfect remaster for Chrono Trigger. Just because the ending does tie into Cross better, the extra ending. The other stuff is kind of useless. Hello, Vardis! But... What was I gonna say? Yeah, the Danganronpa ports. Excuse me. Sorry, that was a bit more high-pitched than I meant for it to be. The Danganronpa Switch ports. They bad. It's hilariously bad. Like, I've played it and it hasn't been too bad, but I've seen some problems with V3. Some bad problems with V3. I am hanging in there. It has been a very chaotic morning, so we're working on it. How are you? Oh, this has to be DR2. Yeah. I really wanted the Danganronpa ports to be good because I would rather play, like, I really prefer playing games on the Switch or on console than on PC, and so I really wanted them to be pretty good. Welcome back. We're gonna be having lunch here once stream ends. I don't know what we're having. Oh yeah, I do. We're having leftover tempura. We went and got tempura the other day, and the funny thing about being on a diet is I have learned most restaurants serve like 3 days worth of food one meal. Like they were without any food. Oh, I'm fine with that actually. Like DR1 and DR2 were already remastered in and of themselves from the original PSP versions. Like if they just played well, that's really all I personally cared about. Like I understand what you're saying, but them just throwing in the summer episode was fine enough for me. I'm also fine with the series being dead though. Like I just wanted to play the existing games on Switch. I don't want them to actually work on Danganronpa any further than that. Just because, I'm assuming you played the series, Vardis. I don't know if you played V3, but how V3 ended, I am actually 100% cool with them never touching the series outside of ports beyond that. That was a perfect end to me. Personally. Which is not to say I don't love it. I do love it a lot. Yeah. There's been talks about them doing just that though, Nye. That's a scary thing. Mainly because I think... I actually don't care for Ace Attorney. That's the funny part. I love Danganronpa, but I don't care for Ace Attorney personally. I feel like they cater towards different demographics. Like the edge in Danganronpa doesn't really one way or another. It's a lot more of the overarching story I really, really like. And as someone with a writing background, a lot of what they do is super interesting to me from an experimental writing construction standpoint. Whereas, granted, I haven't seen too much of Ace Attorney. It's something I'm actually thinking about maybe playing on stream one of these days. But Ace Attorney isn't quite scratching the same itch for me personally. Also, my model is going to look really angry because all my settings got wiped earlier. I promise I'm not glaring at anyone. It's just, it's getting really screwy. I just realized I'm like disagreeing with you, looking like I'm staring you down, and I'm not like on the other side. It's just the model's getting really screwy right now. But yeah. No, I just, like I said, I feel bad because I don't want it to seem like I'm upset. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just, like I said, I noticed, like, I looked over at my side monitor and I'm like, wait, why is she glaring? Like, I'm literally just looking at the side monitor right now, so, yes. But yeah. The only thing I've seen from Ace Attorney, like, actually watched, is I have watched a case from, the Great Ace Attorney. And my understanding is that might not be the best to, be pulling judgments from. Like, that's the only full case I've watched. Judging by some screeching I heard from some friends about that game in general. Can I get rid of that? Yeah, sure. Have I fed my animals? I think so. I'm like not paying attention at all. Case horsepower. That'd be AA2, right? Just making sure. Because I know there's like 3 different series within AA. Oh, the DR fandom can be completely obnoxious. It's different people like different things, I've found. And I don't mean that like in a dismissive way, I mean like, I've seen it both with Ace Attorney and Danganronpa, and I've seen it with Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. Typically, if you like one of that set, you don't like the other. It's like a bunch of better teams that completely miss game and fetishize the stuff. Fetishize like the death, I guess. I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. The death and drama in the characters. There's a few things, Nia, I feel like XE1 does objectively better than XE2, especially after replaying XE1 completely. There's some things I'm actually really hoping they bring back for XE3 from XE1 now. There's a handful of things I am hoping I never see again that came out of XE1 too, though. Like, I still prefer XE2. But I do have a bit more respect for XE1. Yeah, trash voice acting is one for XE2 that there's some lines that are perfectly fine, and there's some people that are perfectly fine, but as a whole, there's no reason that Xenoblade 1 should have had a better voice acting cast than Xenoblade 2, considering pretty much everything with the project. Yeah, pretty much everything. Like, it had more budget, it was on a newer console, and it, yeah. That is one that's objective. I don't mind Rex's VA except in some scenes. There are a few really emotional scenes that it's just so hammy. But besides that, I don't mind Rex. For Danganronpa, it's a philosophy. it's a philosophy game to me, I guess I should say. Where, what do you do when you're pushed in a corner? How do people react, and what is the societal take? As somebody that honestly is kind of cynical in a lot of ways, there's a lot of what the core themes of Danganronpa plays at that makes complete sense, both in the character reactions and just in the thematic presentation. Torna is a lot better in voice acting. Like, there's still some misses, don't get me wrong, but Torna is a lot better. Which is funny, because I don't think Torna is hands down a better game than Xenoblade 2. They actually do different things better than the other, in my opinion. But as far as voice acting, I don't remember anything sounding stupid with Torna. And I definitely remember something sounding stupid with Xenoblade 2. That sax. Ooh. One thing I do hope they put back in from Xenoblade 1 is actually the Collectopedia. So my first time through Xenoblade, I played it on Dolphin, and I played it with a lot of really annoying controller problems, so I started the game off. Only one person, can be the person with the switch. Person, can be the part of the switch, repair. Hold on, before I go there. But yeah, the Collectopedia, I had a lot of fun. I think the way you collect things in Xenoblade 2 is way better. Because having to pick up one little pebble off the ground 30 times is not fun game design. The fact that they don't respawn when you teleport back in like they do in 2 is not fun game design. Now, that last point I totally give, I don't blame Xenoblade 1 on. That's a thing. But the Collectopedia itself, I'm actually sad they took that out. Yeah, DR is the writing for me as well. I think it's actually really good writing from a technical level. Like, I'm trying to think of how to do this. I'm sorry, I have a degree in writing, and so I'm trying to think of like how to explain this without going into a bunch of really fancy words. And it also depends on what you're talking about in what game. For Danganronpa 1, people, like, they don't know each other, and there's also not everybody's cooperating. That's established from the very beginning that different people have different motives, and it isn't necessarily to escape. There's different factions going on. There's also no reason for a pair to really work together. It's something that later games do make more obvious. Like, V3 does the best at why you don't work together. V3 is absolutely fascinating to rewatch with Kokichi. But yeah, like, DR1 is simple compared to a lot of the other rest of the things, and it's making a lot of societal Hunger Games critiques, basically, which is part of why it is interesting to me, is it is playing basically an anime Hunger Games, and that is the point of it. And just like with Hunger Games does in the first movie, first book, because that's all I've personally watched to vouch for. You're playing media versus media. It's not a versus, you're playing a story, except who's genre savvy enough to actually catch you're playing a story and do their motives co-align. There's also a lot of fridge bonuses. But as I said, I truly can't say if Danganronpa is worse or better than Ace Attorney, because the only thing I've seen is some parts of Great Ace Attorney, which I heard it's a very love it or hate it game, and I saw the last trial of the second game, and I will say that trial to me was not a good trial. It was very, very padded, in my opinion. Which Danganronpa does too. Like, there's parts I got annoyed at Danganronpa for being padded. But it depends what you enjoy. Like, I'm fine with anime tropes. It has to be pretty bad to bother me, because I'm pretty chill with it, given that my writing, my entire writing foundation is in Eastern Asian lit. That is where my style tends to both mimic and go. However, Danganronpa minigames suck. Let's not kid ourselves. They suck. Yeah. Like, I know if you're genre savvy in the genre, it's really, really obvious, especially for the English audience. But it hurt. It hurt so bad. It's like, but my buddy, my best girl. No, sweetie, she gone. And her motives themselves weren't clear either, which is actually a really cool thing, I feel. Seems to be more complex, better arc and character. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. It's just a different focus. My understanding is AA and DR aren't as much apples and apples as Zero Escape is to Danganronpa. And I would assume Somnium to Danganronpa. Like, I've always heard Zero Escape is Danganronpa's sister series. And that makes sense, given that, you know, Spike does them both. Oh, why am I leaving? I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm paying too much attention to chat. And there are some problems with Danganronpa in terms of tone. I'm gonna set aside V3. V3, for reasons I won't go into because I don't want to... In case there's anyone in chat that has not actually played through V3. V3 is a different beast for me to do any type of criticizing on. And so I'm not going to go into V3. I'll do the rest of the series, because it's not as big of a thing for it. There's some things that, honestly, I don't care for that the series does in terms of extreme or vulgar humor. But, like, that's just the game. Not every aspect of every game is going to be catered towards me, and I accept that. I am not the ideal demographic. I am very not, actually. So, like, as far as outrageousness, I actually do like DR1 the most. And that's probably why I'm so soft to it, because I like how the characters aren't quite as just out there in a lot of ways. And it's the same thing for Ultra Despair Girls with its main character arcs. I absolutely love the writing for the character arcs in Ultra Despair Girls. For the two main characters, I should say. I need to put clarifications in that. Massive clarifications. So yeah. The nice thing is that series is pretty much just hanging out. It helps read that it draws more from one in terms of tone, even though it has. Yeah. Honestly, there should be more cameos from 2 than there are, but that actually is a missed opportunity, I feel, for that game. I already know how to cook pizza. I really, I liked Ultra Despair Girls, though, so. I didn't like the one section nobody likes, but the game itself. Granted, I didn't play Ultra Despair Girls, I will say. I will say that. I played, or I watched it on YouTube. And I still do need to actually go through and fully play it. But as far as, like, YouTube, the writing advice in Ultra Despair Girls with, like, Toko making writing comments is hilarious because it hurts so bad. I have flashbacks to my undergrad. There's so many flashbacks, and I'm like, oh yeah, she actually does know what she's talking about. I also feel like fandom's a really interesting thing with a lot of these series. Yes, I do not, yeah. I can't go any further than that, just yes. She is actually entertaining and fun in Ultra Despair Girls. Oh, actually thinking about it, another thing I hope that Xenoblade 3 pulls from 1 is actually the glamour system. The glamours themselves in 1, a lot of them are really terrible. But the system itself, I actually do hope they pull over. Especially what they did in DE. DE is really cool because it's just an outright glamour system. For anyone that hasn't played Xenoblade 1, I highly recommend DE over the base game. It's just better in basically every respect. The art style may be a little less appealing to some people, but you can put the original music back on, and it has a lot of quality of life that makes it a better game. Just objectively, in my opinion. In fact, some of the complaints I had with the original, I think, aren't there as much because of DE, thinking about it. Because there's a lot like, I hope they pull DE's map system over. Wow, do I hope they pull DE's map system over. I didn't get lost nearly as much. Things weren't frustrating to navigate. Weird concepts, I know. Whereas in the original Xenoblade 1 and in 2, it's anxiety-inducing navigating those games at points. You go up and down, and the game just kind of goes, haha, get lost. Again. Which is the only thing that makes me nervous playing a Xenoblade on launch, is because I typically do need help navigating it. What did DE change about the maps? I would have to show you. So, you know how in, like, the original game, it had, like, an arrow telling you go here? Like, just pointing you in the general direction? That is not what it does in DE. DE, it just shows you a map, and it points you, it puts like a map marker straight to the MSQ, or to your side quest to some extent. As well as for collectibles, so like if on the map spawn points you needed 1 strawberry, it will actually show which things have strawberries. So you can go click it and not be spending the next 30 years of your life just randomly fighting nodes. And side quests in general, it gave more markers where you're not running off into the abyss for 10,000 years. Now, they didn't do it for Colony 6 restoration items. So, contrasting between the two of these, yeah, it was way much just more pleasant to play. Also, for the Colony 6 restoration in general, yeah. Now, it only works if they're a side quest item. If they're not a current side quest item, it doesn't count. That is the thing. For Colony 6, though, at any point, basically, you can open up the map, and, it will show you, like, hey, this is the match you need. Oh, I'm sitting up! I'm sitting up! Okay, I drank. Nom nom. Actually be drink? Yeah, I drink. So yeah. Ignore Future Connected, Nye. Like, that's maybe important to Xenoblade 3, we don't know yet, whatever. Which cat you want. But ignoring that, it is legitimately a better game. I am not joking. It is a super impressive remaster. Like, I'm very happy with what they changed, everything they changed in DE. Ari? Okay. Oh, he heard his name and he's trying to run. Give me 1 second. He is not entertained. Not even a little. But yeah. The graphics, I understand if people don't like that they're more anime-ish graphics. Like, Future Connected doesn't have probably executed. It does. Future Connected, the best way I know how to put it, feels completely useless. Like, it doesn't feel needed. It just feels like they threw it in there to say... Actually, hold on, let me rephrase that. Future Connected uses a map they cut from the original version of the Wii game. And they had it all but, like, the map was rendered, it was in the game files. And they said, you know what? We're just gonna give, like, a cute little epilogue story of... Yeah. And you can tell it was kind of an afterthought. You start at level 50, you beat the game at like level 70, but the EXP curve on it's really high. You get 2 Nopon that are Riki's kids, but they literally mimic Sharla and Ryan's abilities. Like, they're renamed, but they're the exact same arts. And you get Shulk randomly with a not Monado. But the story itself, it had a few good, like, character growth moments for Melia. And I do think it's going to be important for Xenoblade 3 because of the ending. The ending is talking about stuff I think is going to tie in. But, like, the only 2 characters you see from Xenoblade... No, the only 3 characters you see from Xenoblade 1 throughout the entire game that is a somewhat major character is Melia, Shulk, and, I cannot remember her name. Tyrea. Those are the only 3. You see a few of the NPCs from, Aerith in it, in Alchemoth, and you do get to go into Alchemoth. That's actually kind of cool. But yeah. It's just... It took me 15 hours to beat, I think. And they did have a new heart-to-heart system. They called it something else, but it's a new heart-to-heart system, and that was actually really good. They were like fully rendered cutscenes that just were character growth. That was nice. Oh boy, cross battle. But like if you're looking for a Xenoblade 1 fix, Future Connected is not it. Future Connected is just a cute little side adventure. And because of that, it does get kind of complained about by the community. Because, like, you know, it's not up to the usual standards of writing, basically. But if you take it as it is, and you take it as, like, they're just letting you go play on the map that they had cut, it's not bad. Not good. Not bad. Like, it's decent. I'm trying to think. It uses some different systems in Xenoblade 1 randomly. And I do mean randomly. Trying to think. I'll show you it in a little bit. Map's not bad though. It's literally a map that feels like it should have been in the base game because some of the, like, you're interacting with nothing but mixed blood, Hyentia, random, and it's kind of like you can feel the remnants of this is somewhere you were supposed to be in the base game, and they couldn't quite get away from that in the whole map feel. The ending to it is good, though. I will say that. It has Melia assuming the throne as the ending. Sorry for anyone who hasn't played. I just thought about that after I said it, but yeah. It's kind of obvious that's gonna be where it ends, but yeah. So, and seeing as Melia accidentally got leaked by Nintendo's own subtitles for Xenoblade 3. We know Melia will be in there. Yeah, if you like Melia, it's not bad. You just have to take it as what it is, basically. I should plant, but I don't want to plant. Yeah. That's interesting. It didn't have Fiora in it, so I was happy. Unfortunately, you can tell it's also recorded years later because Melia's voice actress doesn't quite sound the same. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the same person, but her voice sounds a little different. Oh, no, that's not why I say Melia's been confirmed. Nintendo's own subtitles screwed it up and said Melia in the subtitles. They had to go back and change it. Like, Nintendo flat out screwed up. It was in the English subtitles where if you turn captions on for one of the trailers, like, yeah, Melia's basically confirmed. Now, it could be a Melia that's not Melia. I will say that. That wouldn't surprise me at all, but as far as context going in, Melia does seem confirmed. And to me, like, there's hype in just enjoying the random fan theories. Like, I was around for the Kingdom Hearts 2 mass pre-launch fan sprawling theories. And while I will never allow myself to get that hyped for a game again, yeah, I mean, it totally could be. But for the purposes of what we know, like, that does seem to be Melia. Now, whether it's the Melia we know, a different Melia, or what, we have no idea. But I love seeing the fan theories, to be honest. Sometimes they're more interesting. Well, not even sometimes. A lot of times they can be more interesting than what actually ends up happening. But I also really enjoy just fan communities in general, the psychology behind them. And the act of enjoying something, I really enjoy. Like, I just enjoy watching people get excited about media. Yeah, it could be. Very well could be. We don't know that yet. Like, nobody expected 2 to take place where it did. But that's the beauty of it just all being theories right now. It's basically unlimited possibilities, and I think that's really cool. Like, the community is so excited about what could be that there's 10,000 possibilities on the table, and we don't know what's what. And that's really exciting, I think. Honestly, I'm just excited. I'm just excited. Okay, this is legit the headliner of 3 for me right now, and I feel like a terrible person because I play Xeno. Xeno community toxic. I don't hide from Twitter for any reason from them. If I see Xenoblade 1 on my timeline one more time, I'm gonna scream. In all seriousness, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the thing that is, like, I play Xeno for the story. I do. But the thing that is the true headliner to me for Xenoblade 3 right now is we get to switch party members in combat on the fly. Yes, thank you, please. I don't have another instance where freaking Nia doesn't know how to hit a heal button, or Charlotte doesn't understand that all she has going for her is heals. And they're not even good heals. They're really sucky heals. Charlotte sucks. She sucks as a character. She sucks in character design. She sucks as a character design. I'm sorry. I will go ham on Charlotte. Her entire mechanic makes no sense, and it's frustrating as someone that enjoys healing in games. But ignoring my problems with Charlotte, that's honestly gonna make tank. Like, there are legit fights in Xenoblade 2 because I played Xenoblade 2 far more aggressive than 1, where I would die and wipe because, like, Tora wouldn't get. She literally humps her gun as her idle animation. Half the game is focused on her boobs and butt. And they say, and what agent she does. I'm sorry, I will shut up. I have massive problems with Charla. I have massive problems with Charla. But yeah, I've had Tora wipe me. All her character is Godot. Literally her entire... I mean, this is where I can get very temperamental, so I don't want to pick a fight, I guess is the best way to put it. I have very, very strong opinions on all of the female characters, except for Melia in Xenoblade 1, and replaying them through, made my opinion of Xenoblade... I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say this. I recently replayed Xenoblade 1 to give it a better chance, because I'm a pretty big 2 fan, and replaying through Xenoblade 1 actually made me dislike its story and characters more. I actually think it's worse than the first time I played it. But I respect most arguments. I don't love Melia. I'll be honest. Melia's okay to me. Melia's... I'm not sure if you've played Xenogears and Xenosaga as well, Varnus, but that's kind of the background I'm coming from. And so when I'm saying I don't like any of them, yeah, of course. But yeah, that's... it's just what you like, yeah. In the end, that is what it all comes down to. And the line between objective and subjective can be really hard in terms of just what you like, and evaluating things. Like, I can say Xenoblade 1 DE is objectively better than Xenoblade 1 in my opinion. Or not even in my opinion. Oh no. Pyra and Mythra are amazing DID trauma studies. As someone that has a lot of trauma background, that is up there for Faye. Like, Pyra and Mythra compete with Faye head on for the most traumatized characters in the Xenoverse. I feel so bad saying that, but the trauma study on it is just, chef's kiss. Nia, my only complaint with Nia is her arc gets kind of rushed and sidelined. The game does not do Nia justice for what her character is. Morag, I have no problems with Morag, personally. I wouldn't say she's the most complex character, but what she does well, I feel. Pandoria's fun. In my opinion. Again, not the most complex, though. Like, if you were gonna say that she's not a really great representation of a dynamic character, I would completely agree with that. I have words. Yeah, that is completely DID. That is what her entire thing is she dissociates into Pyra after the trauma at the end of Torna. And so all the inconsistencies that come about that is actually her shattering her personality. Yeah. And there's also a different tone. I know some people have, when I've talked about Xenoblade in chat before, some people have said they prefer the serious tone of 1 versus the comical tone of 2. And that's a really interesting opinion, because they both have serious and they both have comedy. It's just different ways of handling it between the two. So they're very conflicting series. I have the hot Xenoblade 1 take in that my favorite character... Yeah, exactly. They have different types of seriousness and different types of comedy, especially, but they both do have it. My personal hot Xenoblade 1 take, honestly, is Riki is the best character in the game. I'm sorry. I am being non-ironic saying this. I think he is the best character in the game. And I am not taking objections. I love Riki. See, it's really funny with that night. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but you know what, you know what Xenoblade 1's entire arc is based on, right? Have you seen that with, I forget his name. I'm wanting to call him Nomura, but he's not Nomura. Where they've talked about what the entire foundation is of Xenoblade 1. Because I actually didn't know this my first time. I didn't know this a good way through my second. I didn't get it out of it, the game. Xenoblade 1 is meant to be the traditional shonen Sunday morning comic story, and its arcs actually make a lot more sense under that. like mold, where Shulk is Naruto, Shulk is Inuyasha, and that's why the entire story closes in around him and it revolves around him. Is because it is meant to mimic the epic, grand Sunday morning shonens. I can't get you the link for it right this second, because so help me if I close Stardew again, it's gonna murder me. But I can get it to you later if you want to look at it. But yeah. So I understand what you're saying with 2, but I found that hilarious with 1, because that isn't what I got out of 1 at all. No, he isn't, actually. Like, if you're looking for it, he actually isn't. Because he's on a grand revenge plot. And then he learns, oh, revenge is evil, and I'm gonna beat people up to become their friends, like with Eggle. And I have the power all along. Like, they're very typical, like, shonen high strokes, I guess is the best way. But they took a really, it reminds me of Cardcaptor Sakura, actually. In that they went out with, like, Clamp Design Cardcaptor Sakura to be the most standard run-of-the-mill Magical Girl series. And instead, in doing so, that it's one of the ones you think of. Like, it's actually really unique in how it does it. And that's actually how I feel about Xenoblade 1 being a hero's journey with Shulk. Is Shulk actually is standard in a non-standard ways. Like, the high art endpoints of his arc hit it. And match T to T. Rex is actually more of a subversion because Rex thinks he's genre savvy and gets slammed. Whereas Shulk is like, the power of friendship does win for Shulk pretty much every time. And it's because they wanted Xenoblade 1 in particular to be, well, 1 and 2 actually, to be, I'm trying to think of the word for it. They want them to be optimistic leaning, basically, in the sliding scale. In general, I learned, I guess, how to revise what turned me off about it. Honestly, if it's crappy character design, I get that. Like, I hate 2's character design. It's not even necessarily that it's over-sexualized, like, I don't like that. It's just a lot of the outfits suck. And then I went back to 1, and it's like, a lot of its side glamours suck, too. So I don't really want the person from 1 coming back. Like, for the main outfits, 1 was good. But a lot of the glamour outfits kind of suck, too, so... It was actually really funny. It's like, can we just get a new designer? Please? Never thought I'd say this. Can we go back to Chrono Cross's character designer or something? Go back to Xenoblade 1's character designer. Yeah, no. There's a few character designs I really like. No worries, Varnus. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, that was stupid. But there are a few designs I genuinely like in 2. Oh, Psyche Taxi. But it's not... Yeah. A lot of the character designs are absolutely, I would say, unarguably questionable, to be honest. I know that's not a popular opinion, but I think they are unarguably questionable. Like, they just don't match. I'm also not a big fan of them switching out for different artists for the gacha blades. Like, I think it's a cute idea and concept, but it makes the art look very disjointed. in my opinion. But then again, that's the whole Gacha Blade things in general, which I hope they don't bring back. Not even a little. It could be worse. Like, the Gacha Blades could legitimately be worse. Why are you rubbing a ruby on your sword knee? But just because it could be worse doesn't mean it was a good idea. The set characters in 1 was a much better idea. What I've learned with Monolith is never trust their trailers. They're up there with 14 for me, and you know how 14 does the fake out trailers every time? Where it's like, oh, someone's gonna die, and that almost certainly means they're not gonna die? That's how I've gotten with Monolith, to be honest. I don't trust their fake out trailers. I'm gonna be playing Xenoblade 2, actually starting up on Friday and Saturday next week, because I want to get a playthrough done right before 3 comes out. And Rex has really dumb moments. But he is an interesting character, I feel. He's not as robust as Shulk, but it's also... Xenoblade 1 is Shulk's game, whereas Xenoblade 2 is not Rex's game. So it would be more appropriate to compare Rex's character development to, like, Fiora's, because it's kind of the same tick for tat. It's Mythra and Pyra's development you would compare to Shulk. But again, you don't know that, like, just starting the game out. It says this is your protagonist, this is what you assume is your protagonist. You're not expecting them to do a swap on you, which is absolutely what happens. Yep. That's the type of bait Monolith likes doing too, and that's why I don't believe they're marketing anymore. It's kind of like Varnus was saying with, well, that's not really Melia, that's going to be someone else, and I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. As it is right now, I know the Xenogears community is going absolutely haywire with the fact that they've chosen basically to recreate Ave and Kislev. Yeah. Though, I will say the thing that Xenoblade 1 does that might make Shulk seem more introspective than Rex. I did not remember this my first time, but I actually really dislike it with 1 trying the second time. Is 1 actually gives you internal monologue, whereas 2 does not. 2 is very much so based in, like, they're hoping you get through the actions and subtle movements, what the characters are thinking, or like something's off, whereas 1 will flat out say, I feel off about this. Thinking about it more, I don't know if I necessarily blame 1 for it, because that could very well be a technical limitation on 1 originally. Because I'm thinking about when I played through DE and the graphics were better, but in the Wii, I could actually see they didn't trust the, like, modeling to come through. And even in Xenoblade 2, the modeling is kind of iffy, I'll be completely honest at points. But they didn't rely on the frame, like the framing of the scene, to do as much work. Whereas Xenoblade 2 does push a lot more in, like, you have to watch what the frame and the framing of a character is doing. And it does set you up for baits doing that too, but... like... may have technology. Yeah, I do wonder that. I know there's a few points that make absolutely no sense with 1. And it has to do with, what's his name? I'm wanting to call him Dunban, but it's not Dunban. It's Dunban's war buddy, not Mumkar. The one that's actually a major character that I see the picture of, but I cannot remember his face. The blonde, cigar guy. Dixon, yeah, thank you. With Dixon, he literally point blanks tells the tells the audience 20 hours into the game that he's going to betray you. And they don't play it as a character surprise that he betrays you. They're laying hints that are about as subtle as a freight train to your face throughout most of the game. And then at the end, they're like, surprise, he's a bad guy. And that was one of the things that did kind of irritate me. Because part of it, thinking about it, I can definitely attribute to the modeling. But foreshadowing, I think this is actually one of the biggest things. Foreshadowing is not one of one's strengths. I think the story actually would have been better if they dropped any attempt at foreshadowing. Because the story itself is solid, it's just the way they try to foreshadow it that I think gets a little hung up sometimes in really weird places. But I'm definitely, like, replaying 1, I definitely feel like there are things I want them to take from 1. Like, their idea that they're blending 1 and 2 to get 3, I'm really a fan of. Because there's things that each of them did better than the other, I feel. Because there's definitely some really, really stupid design choices in 2. Field skills are in there. Field skills work so much better in Torna. There we go. We got to it in time before stream ended. X is the only one I can't talk about. X is one I do need to play eventually. A lot of people are thinking X actually is going to be in there more than they're leading, because they're saying they don't want to acknowledge X at all. People are thinking X is going to be in there far more than they're leading us to believe. Alright, we have an ad in 10 seconds because I just noticed. So I'm going to get up. This will be the last ad break of the stream. I'm sorry, I thought I could try to get away with it. But we will be back in just a minute. Alright, we are back. It will leave us alone the rest of stream now. Yay! Let me get something to drink. I've been talking too much today. That's a problem. My throat hurts. But I'm also really excited about games. And games will be coming soon. Very soon. Good humor, okay. Yes. Next month starts the gambit for me. I don't even want to talk about Batlog right now. And yours is worse than mine is by a lot. I have some help in that I actually can't stream the PlayStation right now. So I have that going for me. Also, if you want another game that's absolutely terrible your second time through, Somnium. You will spend the entire time cringing the second time through. Because there is actually... The way it lays foreshadowing is fascinating in that game. It is super good. Like, there's a lot of stuff I did not catch my first time that going through it the second time, it's been like, every time Iva makes a joke about Dante's needing an up in medical, in medicine, you cry a little inside. Every time Pewter is trying to hoard... Yeah, that's next. After I finish Omnium 2, I'm starting Zero Escape. And I'm gonna be completely fresh on those. I will probably either have strong backseating or an outright guide up during the Zero Escape games, though. Because I am not good at the type of puzzles. Like, I will always say, I've tried to play 999 and I couldn't get out the front door of it. Pretty legitimately, I couldn't get out the front door. That character's gonna drown in that sub that was sinking or whatever. We spent an hour and a half, couldn't get out. That was between Al and me. So... But I am looking forward to playing those on stream. I'm really hoping they throw them on Switch, to be honest. But I own the Zero Escape Collection that has the first 2 games on PlayStation. And so push comes to shove, I might grab the PlayStation 4 and just bring it in here to capture it. Because my internet is too crappy for me to do remote play to stream it back here. I can't even stream Stardew, which, yeah. Nope. I mean, I said the same thing about Danganronpa, like, there is no reason Danganronpa shouldn't have been on the Switch years ago. And then when they did, I think you missed me saying that, when they did put Danganronpa on the Switch, all the ports are kind of shifty. V3 is legitimately borked. When I play V3 on Switch, to get my clear file, I'm going to be saving like every 10 minutes because I've watched Crystal crash once per trial at least. Trying to get through that game. The only trial she did not crash in at least once was 5? No, I haven't watched 5. So yeah, no. She's crashed 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's parts where she's trying to scroll through evidence, and if it's more than one page, it the music and this text go haywire for the V3 port on the Switch. So I would like Spike to figure out its life before they throw Zero Escape on there. Because V3 was already a very temperamental game. Like, V3 is the only one I had crash on me originally, and I remember when we were working to get your V3 up, it had problems on PC too. So, like, it got worse. It got a lot worse. And you know, Danganronpa trials are really fun to restart. Haha, haha. So, whatever's wrong with V3, it's rumored that's why it took so long for the Switch version to actually hit. Like, it was supposed to hit for the actual anniversary for Danganronpa, but V3 is why they couldn't do the Switch collection, and it's just now being put on mobile because it would either brick the game or brick your phone when in their beta testing. And it was something like, it was a hard brick where they couldn't actually release it. And some of those errors, because DR1 and DR2 are on Android and iOS, so they got like the bugs out for those, but for the Switch there was none of that mobile beta testing, shall we call it, for yeah. So, yeah. And they've patched the DR on Switch now, I think 4 times. Like, each game has gotten like 3 or 4 patches. And they're still not perfect. So, yeah. And I don't understand what's so hard about DR. Like, I feel bad saying it, but like, they're mostly point and click games outside of the trials. I don't understand why it's so hard to do a stable port for that game. Or for them. Because they didn't do Ultra Despair Girls. It was just 1, 2, and V3. Yeah, they should be. I mean, the games legitimately fit all in one cart. I have 1, 2, V3, and then the new side mode game all in one cart. No problem. In space. Also, Switch carts are actually pretty strong. But yeah. So, if they do Zero Escape, I would want them... I guess Zero Escape's already been ported, like 999 in particular, once, at least. And so they do know kind of what's going on with that one. But I would want them to give it a bit more respect than they gave DR, to be honest. That way when I'm playing it, it doesn't crash, because... yeah. The problem is I would have said the same thing about, like, DR 1 and 2 sports. That's the only one I don't own. I own, the first 2 in the Zero Escape collection, so... I can always just pull over the PlayStation 4. It hasn't really been turned on in like a year or 2 anyways. But yeah, that will be after Somnium too. Because I figure might as well stick in with the Gen Urobuchi. I think that's how you say his name, Urobuchi. Might as well keep that train running if I'm already going to be doing Somnium 1 and 2. Because those are the 3 games that, like, or the 2 series, I should say, that he's been the major director on, if I remember right. That doesn't, surprise me, to be honest, because I know 999 was on the DS originally, which is even more of a potato compared to the Vita. Whereas, at least, like, technically, all four original DR games do play on the Vita. Like, the whole series was there from the beginning-ish. Like, PSP to Vita, but yeah. Whereas, if I remember right, LVR went into PlayStation. Oh, it was 3DS. Okay. I thought that was a, PlayStation. I thought it was part of the Vita VN swarm. Never mind then. Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying it, though. When the time comes. I'm gonna be changing my stream schedule around for both, Xenoblade 3 and for Somnium 2, because I realistically don't see myself wanting to wait a week in between them. I think I'm gonna do it probably do a full week of both of them, if not a little bit longer. But, otherwise, I'm not sure how long Somnium 2 is gonna take. We'll find out. I'm kind of sad that it's not gonna be an exclusively Mizuki, protagonist game, but such is life. That's the common opinion, isn't it? I feel like I've heard the first two, like, because didn't they do, ZTD, like, 5 or 6 years later or something? And you could tell it was just kind of not in the same vibe mood. Boy, she's so angry today. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Man, I'm getting tired. Stupid Chaos Kitty got me up at 11 p.m. and then again at 2 a.m. He was like, why are you sleeping? I want something. And that really was all she wrote. I had to get up and lock him out. It's definitely gonna be... I know a lot of people back in the day, when they were both, like, actively developed series, would really pit DR to Zero Escape versus each other. And I've heard they use different design philosophies, so I'll be interested. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna be playing it for the puzzles as much, per se. So that doesn't completely bother me, but I do understand, like, the problem there. Because they are known as puzzle games. Like, I remember the one room in DR2 I nearly strangled someone over that mimicked Zero Escape. The alternative routing is what's going to be interesting. In both a good and bad way. And I'm looking forward to getting that one cameo in Somnium that I know you mentioned. That makes more sense for the thing that doesn't make sense in Somnium's story. Because I know that's a thing. I forgot what controller I'm on again. No. Not this song. I refuse. Dude. Bang. Not this song. Where are you? 318? Here. Go there. Oh. There's actually only one New World Order. Apparently they legitimately use the same song for all three. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, they actually do reuse it, it looks like. That was the... Yeah, that's my only complaint with Somnium's story, too. Like, even as somebody that doesn't know Zero Escape, it still was, like, it didn't make any sense. Like, I feel like you either know what it could be, and you get mad because it wasn't, or you don't get it, and then it's just kind of a really weird oversight. No watering. We are actually looking at starting that Al and I in our free time. I've heard really good things about it from, like, everyone, basically. Like, I have not heard really a bad thing about the game. And we've owned it for about a year. Yes. Like, I've seen a little bit of it from other people. It's basically you go through individual character arcs, but they're not necessarily told chronologically. There's another story that does a similar presentation. I can't put my finger on it right now. But yeah, it's not chronological. It's character driven, for sure. I would look into it. I'm just not a big RTS person, so I haven't personally wanted to play it. I want to watch it. Yeah, okay, I'll go to Stupid Face and get more seeds today, I guess. But yeah, everyone I have heard that has played 13 Sentinels has absolutely loved it. Both in the original release and now that it's starting to get re-released, at least on Switch. I think it was already on PC. Like, I haven't heard any complaints about the RTS sections, but my understanding is what you're playing the game for isn't the RTS sections. Wait, it's not on PC? What is Atlas doing with that one? I thought they were behind the time with the Switch port of it. I didn't realize it was a PS exclusive. Why is it a PS exclusive? That makes no sense. Or was it a PS? It's not a PS exclusive now. So hey, Nye, how's that Switch going for you? I wouldn't normally recommend Switch, like... are they... I actually don't really know them. Like, I know they're apparently a really big deal, but I have no clue, like their other games. 2, 3, 4. Oh. Odin Spear is the... I'm trying to think. Am I thinking of the right game? It has, like... I need to look up that game. I think I have that on the PS4. And it's like a side-scroller. Side-scroller, platformy, where you jump in with different classes and different people and go through their story. And you have, like, a central story hub with the little girl that has a cat in her lap. It's very obvious why I bought... Well, actually, Al bought the game, but yeah. Haven't heard of Muramasa, though. But it was also Wii. I didn't really play with the Wii. Can't say I didn't have a Wii. I did have a Wii. It was just... I played Wii Sports on it for 2 weeks and then kind of forgot it existed. It's a 2D action JRPG. Okay. I think I actually own Odin Sphere Lefersat, something like that. If we're talking about the same game. And that game does actually look really interesting. I know that game. And I could see it with the art style, actually. If that, like I said, if it is. Yeah, the PS4. Yeah, that's what I have then. I thought it was a PS3 for some reason. I must be getting it mixed up. But yeah, I remember that scene. It was like a cult classic, and I have to be careful watching that one. That one actually gets me a little motion sick for some reason. But yeah, I know that game then. That makes sense why, because I know that's a really, really beloved game by the people who like it. So I can see why people got excited. I'm also guessing they're not a dev team that really likes branching out of the platforms they like then. Okay. There, I did some gardening. I can be left alone now. I hate gardening. Ah. It's still interesting, though, because I know Atlas was the publisher for 13 Sentinels. Yeah. Like, Atlas has the manpower to do it if they want, which is probably actually how the Switch one got done. Maybe if the Switch sells well, it'll, you know, expand out. Because I feel like if they put it on the Switch, then PC should be super easy. But then again, Atlas also, I don't think is the biggest fan of PC games. Or, like, the PC gaming market, rather. JRPG devs in general, or Japanese devs in general, are definitely more console-based, from what I've seen. There are changes going in with that, but, yeah. I smell rice. Oh no. Starch. Starch incoming. Yeah, you'd think. I'm still holding out. I don't think they're honestly gonna do it, but I'm still holding out that since they're doing this really big, you don't want PS5R. You think you do, but you don't want P5R. I'm still holding out there about remaking Persona 3. I would really like to play a non-stupid Persona 3 for my first time. But because I started with 4 and 5, I don't see myself being able to go back to 3. Can you? Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. Like, they don't. It's not good. I have heard that, yes. Um, and the thing is, the P3 models are already in the P5 engine because of the dancing game. They already ported the models over. So like, yeah, they'd have some work to do, but if they can get the models to work for the dancing game, I really can't think, like, they did the hard part for the major characters. Those models are perfect. Like, I own the P3 dancing game because I have the big bundle for all of them. Um, those models are fine. I haven't, like, done tons of experimentation in it, but they're fine enough. But there's definitely rumors going around that they're going to be announcing that as part of the 25th anniversary, and I'm really hoping they do that because I would really enjoy getting a proper playthrough of that game. Because from what I saw in the movies, it was really good. Like, I've watched the first two or three of four, yeah, the first two movies of the four it has. I will take either P6 or P3 remake. P5R on PC, I respect, but I kind of am ready for P3 or P5 to just go out to the pasture and never see again. They are bringing the fighting game for P4, Arianex, I want to call it, something like that. They're bringing that to PC though, randomly. So, hey? Alright, though. It is 3 hours. It is getting near lunchtime. Twitch is starting to, yeah, I'm behind on that news. Not great. They didn't have the P4G team on it. Also, I've heard it's just not that fun of a game, to be honest. But, anyways, it is time for me to head off. We will be back tomorrow with Somnium. It'll be VN Mondays. I probably should try to troubleshoot, and find out why I've been having problems with Somnium, see if I can see it on my end. But I am looking forward to it. Somnium is always fun. Let me see if we've got anyone live to raid. Thank you for hanging out with me. I don't really see anybody right now. Yeah. Let's see who. Yeah. I think I'll just end stream for today. But yeah, we will be back, and then Monday is Somnium, Tuesday, Thursday off, Wednesday 14. Friday we will be starting back with Xenoblade, and we'll do Xenoblade 2 both Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be back to Stardew. So I will see everybody then. Bye bye.